Yo, fight fans, welcome back to Ring Ruler, the place where we break down the most epic boxing battles in history. Today, we're stepping into the ring with a fight that had the boxing world buzzing, a clash that still sparks debates among fans, analysts, and even the fighters themselves. We're talking about the 2014 showdown between Erislandy Lara, the slick Cuban sensation representing the USA, and Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mexico's pride and one of the biggest names in the sport. This was a fight that promised fireworks, delivered drama, and left us all with plenty to talk about. So, grab your gloves, settle in, and let's relive this high-stakes battle in HD glory right here on Ring Ruler. Picture this, it's July 12, 2014, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, the mecca of boxing. The atmosphere is electric, the crowd is roaring, and two warriors are about to face off in a non-title light middleweight bout that had everyone on the edge of their seats. On one side, you've got Erislandy Lara, the master technician, a guy known for his slick footwork, razor-sharp jab, and a style so smooth it's like he's dancing in the ring. On the other, it's Canelo Alvarez, the red-headed superstar with devastating power, a relentless pressure game, and a fan base that stretches from Guadalajara to every corner of the globe. These two couldn't be more different, and that's exactly what made this fight so intriguing. It was brains versus brawn, finesse versus ferocity, Cuba versus Mexico in a battle for supremacy. Let's set the stage. Erislandy Lara, at 31 years old, was coming off a string of impressive performances. This guy was a former Cuban amateur star who fled to the USA to chase his dreams, earning the nickname the American Dream. His record was 19-1-2, and he was known for outclassing opponents with his southpaw stance, quick reflexes, and a jab that could keep anyone at bay. But Lara wasn't just a defensive wizard, he had heart and a chip on his shoulder, determined to prove he was more than just a slick boxer. He wanted to show the world he could hang with the biggest names, and Canelo was the perfect test. Then you've got Canelo, just 23 years old at the time, already a household name. With a record of 43-1-1, he was coming off a loss to Floyd Mayweather, the only blemish on his resume. That defeat lit a fire under him, and he was hungry to prove he was still the king of the light middleweight division. Canelo brought power, aggression, and a fan-friendly style that made him a pay-per-view darling. His body shots were lethal, his combinations were crisp, and his charisma off the charts. The question was, could his pressure overwhelm Lara's elusive style? That's what Ring Ruler is here to unpack. As the fight kicked off, you could feel the tension. Round 1 started with Lara circling the ring, using his footwork to keep Canelo at a distance. His jab was popping like a metronome, snapping Canelo's head back and frustrating the Mexican star early. Canelo, true to form, was stalking forward, looking to close the gap and land those heavy hooks to the body. It was a classic cat-and-mouse game, and the crowd was eating it up. Lara's movement was poetry in motion, but Canelo's pressure was relentless. You could see the contrast right away. Lara was trying to make it a boxing clinic, while Canelo wanted a war. By round 3, Canelo started finding his rhythm. He began cutting off the ring, forcing Lara to the ropes and unloading those vicious body shots. The crowd roared every time Canelo landed a big punch, but Lara wasn't fazed. He'd slip, slide, and fire back with quick counters, showing off that Cuban schooling. It was like watching a chess match where one player's trying to checkmate with a single move, and the other's playing 3 moves ahead. Ring Ruler fans, you know how we love these tactical battles, and this one was shaping up to be a classic. Let's talk about the middle rounds because this is where things got spicy. In rounds 4 and 5, Canelo's pressure started to pay off. He landed a monstrous left hook that opened a cut over Lara's eye, and you could see the blood starting to trickle. The MGM Grand erupted, sensing that Canelo was taking control. But Lara, this guy's got ice in his veins. Instead of panicking, he doubled down on his movement, circling away from Canelo's power and peppering him with jabs. The cut was a problem, sure, but Lara wasn't about to let it slow him down. He was fighting like a man who knew the world was watching, determined to prove he belonged on this stage. Now, let's not forget the controversy that started brewing. By round 7, the fight was razor close. Lara was landing cleaner shots, using his speed and angles to frustrate Canelo. But Canelo's aggression and bodywork were racking up points with the judges, or so it seemed. The crowd was split, some chanting Canelo, Canelo, while others were marveling at Lara's slickness. Here at Ring Ruler, we know boxing isn't just about who lands the harder punches, it's about who controls the fight. And this one, it was anybody's game. As we hit the championship rounds, the intensity went through the roof. Canelo was swinging for the fences, knowing he needed to make a statement. Lara, meanwhile, was sticking to his game plan, dancing around the ring and landing sharp counters. In round 10, Canelo landed a brutal combination that had Lara backing up, but the Cuban refused to go down. He fired back with a flurry of his own, showing the heart of a lion. The crowd was on its feet, and you could feel the energy through the screen. This was boxing at its finest, folks, and Ring Ruler is bringing you every second of it in HD. By the time the final bell rang, both fighters raised their hands, confident they'd done enough. The crowd was buzzing, the commentators were split, and the boxing world was about to explode with opinions. Lara's team believed his boxing masterclass had outshined Canelo's aggression. Canelo's camp. They were sure his power punches and ring generalship sealed the deal. When the scorecards came in, it was a split decision, 115 to 113 for Canelo, 115 to 113 for Lara, and 117 to 111 for Canelo. The arena erupted in boos and cheers, and the debate began. Did Canelo's pressure outweigh Lara's precision? Or did the judges rob Lara of a career-defining win? Let's break it down, Ring Ruler style. Canelo landed 97 of 415 punches, a 23% connect rate, with most of his damage coming from power shots. Lara, on the other hand, landed 107 of 386 punches, a 28% connect rate, with his jab doing the heavy lifting. Statistically, Lara was the more accurate fighter, but Canelo's punches were heavier, and he controlled the ring more often. The judges seemed to favor Canelo's aggression, but many fans and analysts felt Lara's boxing deserved the nod. Here at Ring Ruler, we've watched this fight a dozen times, and it's still tough to call. What do you think? Drop your scorecards in the comments below. This fight wasn't just about who won or lost, it was about legacies. For Canelo, the victory solidified his status as a superstar, paving the way for bigger fights against the likes of Triple G and Dimitri Bivol. For Lara, the loss was a bitter pill, but he proved he could hang with the best, going on to defend his WBA title and cement his place as one of the slickest boxers of his era. The debate over this fight still rages on X, with fans arguing over who really deserved the W. We've seen posts calling it a robbery, others praising Canelo's heart, and some saying it was too close to call. That's why we love boxing here at Ring Ruler. It's never just a fight, it's a story. So, what made this fight so special? It was the clash of styles, the heart of both fighters, and the drama that kept us glued to the screen. Canelo's relentless pressure versus Lara's surgical precision created a fight that's still dissected in gyms and barbershops today. It's the kind of bout that reminds us why we fell in love with boxing in the first place. The courage, the skill, the controversy, it's all here, and Ring Ruler is your home for reliving these moments in crystal clear HD. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about why you need to stick with Ring Ruler. We're not just breaking down fights, we're bringing you the stories, the stats, and the passion that make boxing the sweet science. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We've got more epic fights coming your way, from Ali vs Frazier to Fury vs Usyk, and we're diving deep into every punch, every round, every moment. Want to see a specific fight broken down next? Drop it in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Oh, and one last thing, join our Ring Ruler community on X, where we are debating this fight and more. Was Lara robbed, or did Canelo earn it? Head over to X, search for Ring Ruler, and let us know your take. Plus, check out our merch store for some dope boxing gear to rep your love for the sport. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, and your eyes on Ring Ruler. We'll see you in the next round.